Welcome to Diversity Matters. This program is designed to highlight the diversity-related activities throughout New Hanover County Schools and the greater Wilmington region. I'm Valita Quattlebaum, Chief Communications Officer for New Hanover County Schools. This month, we're celebrating beautiful holiday music with the New Hanover High School Chorus. And today, we're delighted to welcome Ms. Whitney Lanier, the vocal music teacher at New Hanover High School, and the Hanover Singers. Not only will we have the opportunity to hear some great singing and holiday songs, but we'll also learn about how some of our students celebrate the holidays in different ways. This is going to be a very entertaining edition of Diversity Matters, and I can't wait to hear from our exciting panel of guests. So don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
They know that Santa's on his way, yes, he's on his.
Start your day with New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show. This Rise and Shine program will put a smile on your face and a spring in your step. Best of all, you'll start the day a little smarter. The Morning Show features an exciting 6-hour mix of exclusive features, cooking, entertainment, news, science, math, and more. New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show, educating all viewers to achieve today and tomorrow in a global community. Only on this channel.
Welcome back to Diversity Matters. This month, we're celebrating the holiday season through music and cultural awareness. My first guest is Ms. Lanier, New Hanover High School Fine and Performing Arts Department Chair and vocal music teacher. Ms. Lanier, welcome to Diversity Matters, and thank you so much for being my guest today.
Absolutely. Thank you for the invitation.
Sure. So tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to teaching. We're so glad to have you here in New Hanover County Schools.
Well, I am from Shelby, North Carolina, and had two chorus teachers, middle school and high school, that were really tremendous educators. And they instilled a love of choral music in me. And so when I decided to go to college and was looking at majors, music education seems like the obvious choice. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoy inspiring students through choral music.
And you told me off camera you're a Seahawk?
I am a Seahawk, UNCW class of 2013.
Excellent. So during the holiday season or any time, how do you incorporate diversity, cultural awareness through the education that you're giving to our students?
So I think chorus teachers in general have a recipe that they use to kind of select music. I always start with our vocal music library that we have at New Hanover, kind of go through that, look at some of the different options that are available online and that are free. And then I go from there, I try to figure out a good combination of sacred and secular music, sacred being a religious-based music, and then secular having no religious base. And then after I do all of that, I check the tempos. I want to make sure that I have a good combination of fast and slow tempoed songs. Mm-hmm. And then always a piece in another language, whether it be Latin, German, we've done Spanish, we've done French at one point.
Wow.
So that's kind of my procedure.
And how can you just share with the audience how that benefits our students by exposing them to all of these different cultures and backgrounds in music?
Well, I think that if I didn't do that, they would probably, some of them might not ever experience those things. I know that singing in languages is not probably their favorite sometimes, but it's a great challenge for them. And I think that they end up discovering that some of those pieces that might have been a challenge initially are the ones that they end up loving the most.
Oh, that's excellent. So they're getting their horizons broadened through this.
Absolutely.
Well, they are absolutely gorgeous and so well dressed. Can you tell us about some of the songs that you're going to share with us today?
Yes. So the first song we will be singing is Biddy Bomb. It's a non-traditional Hanukkah piece, but it features a lot of the Jewish folk music similarities with the bass line and some of the tonality that you would experience in Jewish folk music. And it talks about lighting the menorah and celebrating through dancing for Hanukkah. The second piece that we're going to be singing is We Three Kings. It's a modern adaptation of the traditional tune that has some really cool syncopated rhythms in it that are a little bit fun, funky. It actually has a percussion part that we're not going to be doing today.
Wow.
But it's a really unique arrangement. And then the last song we will be singing is Jingle Bells. And this particular arrangement was made famous by Barbra Streisand. It has a little middle section that is not always common in Jingle Bells, but is, I think, a really cool little addition to that tune.
Oh, that sounds great. So we might be able to get our dance on back here,
Yep,
right?
I think so.
Okay, great. So don't go away. Diversity Matters will be right back, and we will have some very good singing for you.
Hanukkah is here, it's a happy time of year. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Once more the time, sung in melody and rhyme. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum.
Your company can join these local businesses in offering students with disabilities the much-needed experience to compete in today's job market.
To see the kids every day come in and certainly have a sense of accomplishment and do a job well done, it's very enriching to not only the kids but also to all of us around here.
For young people with disabilities, participating in mentoring programs, job shadowing, and internships are great ways to make them stand out among other job applicants.
I'd say it's kind of a win-win. I mean, not only are you doing the right thing for the community and these kids, but you're also allowing them to grow and get the skills necessary to be successful in the future.
Internships serve as skill-building tools for students to obtain vital career development. If your business would like more information on how it can benefit from adding a student intern from New Hanover County Schools to its roster, please contact the Special Education Department now at 254-4445.
They're doing a fantastic job and we couldn't be happier.
Bum, bitty, bum, bitty, 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 bum, bitty, bum, bitty, 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 bum. Bitty, bitty, bum, bitty, 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 bum, bitty, bum, bitty, 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 bum. Hanukkah is here, it's a happy time of year. Bitty, bum, bitty, 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 bum. Once more the time, sung in melody and rhyme. Bitty, bum, bitty, 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 bum. Candles alight and their flame is so bright, reflected in little children's eyes. Come and dance to the tune 'neath the holiday moon. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Bitty, bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum, bitty bum, bitty, 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 bitty bum. Bitty, bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum, bitty bum, bitty, 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 bitty bum. Hanukkah is here, it's a happy time of year. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Once more the time, sung in melody and rhyme. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Candles alight and their flame is so bright, reflected in little children's eyes. Come and dance to the tune 'neath the holiday moon. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bitty, bitty bum, bitty, bitty, bitty bum, bitty bum, bitty, 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 bitty bum, bitty, 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 bitty bum.
What an awesome rendition of Bitty Bomb. And now we have the opportunity to have a discussion with some of the students about holiday traditions and how they celebrate during the holiday season. So we'll start with these two students who will tell us a little bit about Hanukkah, which is a part of the Jewish culture. So first of all, tell me your names and grades.
My name is Alicia Kruger and I'm a junior at New Hanover.
Okay.
And I'm Logan Siu and I'm a senior at Hanover.
Okay, so tell me a little bit, how do you and your family celebrate the season?
Well, because my grandma is Jewish, we celebrate Hanukkah. We go light the menorah, eat latkes, play with the dreidel, stuff like that.
Okay.
We celebrate Christmas because we're Catholic, and we celebrate Epiphany because my dad is from South America, and that's a Spanish culture.
So you have a very diverse
Yes.
holiday season. That's great. And what about you, Logan?
Well, my family, we just celebrate Christmas. You know, on Christmas Eve, one of the traditions we do is we turn off all the lights and we light a candle and we read Luke. And we read about how Jesus came to be. And when we're done reading, we discuss about that and make sure that we have a good understanding of Christmas, which is celebrating Jesus.
Okay, so your holiday is very faith focused.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so Alicia, as a student at New Hanover High School and part of the chorus, do you feel that your culture is welcome and celebrated?
Of course, it's very diverse, like throughout the whole entire school, and no one's ever like shaming anyone for what they believe in or where they're from. And I think that's beautiful because it's all very welcome.
That's so powerful that you say that, because we do so much in the district about bullying and shaming people, and so it's great to hear from a student, who comes from a diverse background, that you don't sense that. And how about here with your chorus friends?
Oh, they're all very loving and welcoming, and there's just a lot. There's just a very welcome sense, and it's pretty good.
Now, Logan, what about you? Tell me a little bit about your background, who you are.
So, I'm half Samoan and half white, and in the Polynesian culture, we do certain dances and like traditional war cries called the haka, and it's where we're like slapping our bodies and chanting in rhythm, and we make like the ugliest faces to scare off the evil spirits and stuff. And so, given that I'm probably the only Samoan in New Hanover High School, nobody really recognizes my culture.
Right.
But when I tell people about it, they're very respectful, and it's pretty cool to tell them about it too.
That's excellent, and you obviously are proud of your culture.
Oh yes, ma'am, very.
Now, I understand that you are a professional actor. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, ma'am. I've been acting since I was about 7, and I booked my first speaking role when I was 13 on the show called The Red Road, and the main character in that is Jason Momoa, which he is now the Aquaman in Justice League. And I actually just got done filming something in Georgia called The Darkest Minds. It'll be out next September. I'm not a main character, but I have 2 lines, which is pretty good for me right now.
That is good. That is good. Do you plan to pursue the arts when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
graduate?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to auditions like twice a week and stuff, so trying to make that. That's my dream. That's my goal, so trying to get there.
Excellent. The Rock is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood,
Yeah,
so
and
I can
he's
see
Samoan,
you.
too.
Yeah, okay, I see that in you. How about you, Alicia? Tell us more about you. What else do you do?
I am part of a association called SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronism. It's medieval recreation, and so I'm an archer.
Medieval recreation. Wow. Tell us, what is that?
It's where you go to different like camps and stuff. They're just events, and there's people fighting with swords. There's like pole arms. There's embroidery. There's all kinds of different realistic medieval aspects, and it's just a lot of fun, and I love to do it.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So, what do you think is the most important cultural experience you'll take away from this?
Well,
I don't know, it just opens my eyes a little bit and makes me think about that there's all these different cultures besides the ones that I experience, and that there's so many like amazing different aspects of each of them, and it's interesting to think about.
yeah, it's really awesome to like learn about other people's cultures, because like culture is very important, because culture influences people's views and values and hopes and dreams and fears and worries.
Right.
And so if you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, then it's really good to have a good understanding and perspective of their culture, so you can find out who they are and their background and stuff.
I agree with you. I think that if we understand each other better, we can get along better.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
can make our country greater. Do you think that's the case?
Oh, definitely.
Now, I saw you did a little dance. You danced too?
Yes, ma'am, I do dance a little bit.
Can you show me that dance step as we go to
Sure.
break?
Yeah, I was just doing some James
Was
Brown
that the James
moves,
Brown? Now, that's part of my culture, so go ahead.
just keep on doing that.
Okay.
Maybe. Oh.
All right. Excellent. Well, you all are so great, and I know you're going to do well, and thank you for sharing your culture and just for being such a beautiful part of New Hanover County Schools.
Of course,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more great singing, and we'll hear from more of our beautiful students from the Hanover Singers.
O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sweet song tonight.
Get connected with your school system. Your School News covers news that matters for parents, guardians, and Greater New Hanover County. Stories about preparing students for success in a changing world. Stories where students are achievers.
Internship, we pretty much made a vehicle from spare parts, and at first we made it so it just moved, and then we made it so it was an electrical vehicle.
Stories of teaching where every child yearns to learn.
Today is all about STEAM. STEAM is kind of the key word to tying art into science, technology, engineering, and math.
Your School News brings viewers more than 8 hours of school news and information, reporting on what's happening in the district, what students are learning, how the school system operates, and beyond. Your School News, only on this channel.
Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, who thy bring to crown him again, a king forever, ceasing never, o'er us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Oh, guide us to thy perfect light. Frankincense to offer have I, this gift to offer have I. Oh, incense owns a deity nigh. Ooh, bread and praising, all men raising, worship him, God most high. Earthly gifts to offer have I. Lord, yourself behold and nice, King of God and sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia. Earth to the heavens rise. Oh, Anna, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. We three kings of Orient are. Moana, Moana.
I hope you enjoyed that version of We Three Kings. It's such a timeless song, and the Hanover singers performed it very well. You may not know this, but We Three Kings was written by John Henry Hopkins Jr. in 1857 for a Christmas pageant in New York City. So now Miss Lanier is back, and I am also with two more Hanover students who will be discussing how they celebrate the holidays as a Catholic person and also as a Christian person during this holiday season. So students, welcome. Tell me your names and what grade you're in, please.
I'm Karen and I'm a junior.
Okay.
I'm Jonathan and I'm a senior.
All right. So Karen, tell me about your culture, your faith, and how you celebrate the holidays.
I'm Catholic And so every year around Christmas, my aunt and uncle come in town, and so our whole family's here. And we always go to church on Christmas Eve, and then our whole family comes back to my house, and we always have a big dinner together. And then Christmas morning, everyone comes over again, and we celebrate together, and we give each other gifts. And then Christmas night, we all go over to my grandparents' house, and my grandpa always reads us the story of how Jesus was born and the story of Christmas, and then we just celebrate together, and we have a big dinner, and it's really fun.
That sounds very traditional, very lovely, like what we do. Jonathan, what about you?
Well, I celebrate Christmas and Kwanzaa. On my dad's side of the family, we go and celebrate Kwanzaa. We go up to D.C., and there we celebrate family, unity, and we give gifts and stuff. And I just like Kwanzaa because it's like a 7-day Christmas, but on my mom's side, we celebrate Christmas as well. And Christmas Eve, we read the Bible and get to know how Jesus was born, just so we can have that clear understanding also.
Yeah. Now, tell me, as students, do you feel that your culture is respected, or have you had any experiences around your culture in school?
I feel like my culture is very respected. Like my friend Logan said, all you have to do is just tell them, and then they respect it kindly, and they get to like know us way better.
Do you wear any like kente cloth or African-inspired outfits?
Yes, my granddad does. My grandma does too, but they bought me one last time, and I wore it last year.
Now, how tall are you, Jonathan?
I'm 6'3" and a
So
half.
you look like a king, an African king. What about you? Do you feel that your culture is respected, or is it known? I mean, Catholicism is very close to Christianity. I mean, it is Christianity, so I don't know if people even know that you are Catholic.
Well, I actually went to a Catholic school for kindergarten through 8th grade, so coming to Hanover was very different.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But I've always felt that my culture is respected, and I've never felt judged or anything for it. But,
Oh, excellent, excellent. And so, Ms. Lanier, have you ever had any issues with students around culture, or students needing time off?
No, I've not in the 4 years that I've been teaching, but I learn something new every day. So, you know, I'm sure that it will arise at some point.
Okay. Well, I definitely think music is a way to help us all understand each other and appreciate each other. So, with so many activities going on during the holidays, where can we come to hear these students sing if we want to in the community?
So we have 2 performances left for this season. We've got the Bellamy Mansion that we will be singing at on December the 9th, Saturday, December the 9th, from 6:30 to 7. It's a part of the downtown Wilmington Christmas Stroll. And so there'll be a lot of other kinds of music too featured for that event. And then we have the New Hanover High School Winter Concert that is going to be on Tuesday, December the 12th at 6 p.m. It's at Trinity United Methodist Church, which is the church right next door to New Hanover. And all 3 ensembles from New Hanover High School will be featured in that concert.
So there are 3 ensembles.
Yes, we have a mixed chorus, which is the beginning level choir, a women's ensemble, which is the intermediate level class, and then the Hanover Singers, the advanced class.
This is the advanced class. Well, they are advanced. They are beautiful. They are articulate and intelligent. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We appreciate you all very much for being here.
Absolutely.
To close our holiday celebration, the Hanover Singers have selected a fun arrangement of Jingle Bells. And again, I want to thank Ms. Lanier and all the students from the Hanover Singers for joining us this month. Diversity matters. New Hanover County Schools values diversity, and we appreciate these expressions of diversity in our schools and with our students. If you have ideas for a story you'd like to see in the future, feel free to call the New Hanover County Schools Public Relations Department at 254-4245 if you have questions or you want to share a story idea with us. We'll see you again in the new year for an all-new edition of Diversity Matters, and we wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone.
Jingle, 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 jingle. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle, 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 jingle. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame. Misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bay and really got of sight. Jingle, jingle, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.